Hi, my name is Maddie Johnstone, and I'll be giving a presentation on the profession of social work. When I was a senior in high school, my mentor gave me a quote book that he had been compiling since I was a freshman of all different quotes that were intended to inspire me and motivate me and carry me through the next 4 years of my journey. One of the quotes that he put in the book, I still read 2 times a week, I bet, and it's really important to me, and it really rings true to what social work is about. It's George Bernard Shaw, and he said, I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. This speech is intended to give you some insight about the social work profession, in addition to a real account of the licensed clinical social worker and her experience in the field. Social work is defined as the professional and academic discipline that seeks to improve the quality of life and well-being of an individual, group, or community by intervening through research, policy, community organizing, direct practice, and teaching on behalf of those afflicted with poverty or any real or perceived social injustices and violations of their human rights. Basically, social workers are everywhere. Social workers are working in hospitals, they're working with the mentally ill, they're working with the poor, they are working with students, they're working with really everywhere. Jails, they're working in jails, they're working everywhere to really improve the well-being of the individual in society. Not specifically society as a whole or the individual, but really melding them together and seeing how this individual functions in their society and how the society perceives the individual. The responsibilities of a social worker range. There are so many different things that social workers can do. Some of the following are some examples of what they do. It includes case management, counseling, psychotherapy, human service management, social welfare policy analysis, policy development, community organization and development, advocacy, teaching, and political research. So for my interview, I interviewed with Lindsay Markwood, who is important to me because she's my role model, and I know her on a personal and professional level. Lindsay Markwood is an LCSW in Washington, D.C., who works with individuals, couples, and families in the psychotherapy setting. I chose to interview Lindsay because she is an important role model for me. She received the same education from Catholic that I am working towards and has worked with a diverse population within the DC area. I can relate to Lindsay on a personal and professional level. This has been truly important while I've been furthering my education. When I have a question about a class or a certain population that I think I want to work with, Lindsay's a great person for me to ask because she's worked with so many different people and has had a lot of life experiences in the profession. I learned a lot from her, and I continue to learn a lot from her. When we sat down for this interview, I learned a lot about the different licenses you can receive in order to practice in a specific area of social work. Additionally, I learned that Lindsay successfully completed her LCSW, which requires you to do 100 hours supervised by another licensed clinical social worker. After completing the license and doing the 100 hours, Lindsay was able to be a certified therapist and perform psychotherapy and have her own clientele and have her own practice where she could have individuals come for psychotherapy. Once you receive the LCSW certification, you're expected to attend seminars and educational classes in order to stay informed about current issues and studies. This is something I didn't know about social work, but I was really intrigued by it because it encourages you to continue your education after you graduate college. So once you get your certificate, that doesn't mean you're done learning. Society is ever-changing and life's ever-changing and the people of our society are ever-changing, so social workers have to continue to be educated. So one of the requirements of the LCSW is to go to these educational courses throughout the year and stay educated about the needs of people and the laws and legislation that affect the individuals you're working with. Lindsay explained that to attend further education courses, you have to attend these further education courses to maintain your certification and keep it regulated. When interviewing Lindsay, I admired her passion for the field. Although she has been practicing for years, Lindsay seemed to be still passionate and still motivated to continue to change the lives of others. Seeing the spark in Lindsay for humanity really made me confident that I won't burn out from social work, and that I'll always have a passion for it and always be motivated to work. I was so fascinated by the stories she shared to me about clients and her journey in discovering herself in the professional world, which I thought was interesting. She gave me a lot of insight about figuring out the right balance between clients and herself, and where to draw the line, and how to take the client's information and their stories and not let it affect your personal life, and not carry it home with you and a burden on your back while you're at home with your family. Her love of social work really inspires me to continue my studies and shows me that I have so much to look forward to in this profession. Social work is a profession that is focused on improving the well-being of individuals in order to promote a healthy and functional society. Lindsay Markwood worked in the profession with individuals, couples, and families through psychotherapy and counseling, and her experience really gave me insight as to what I could do in psychotherapy and counseling and the types of people I could potentially be counseling. I want to leave you with one more quote because I'm a dorky girl who loves quotes. This one is Mary Rose McGrady, and she said, "There is no greater joy nor greater reward than to make a fundamental difference in someone's life." And that's a simple quote, obviously, but I believe that, and I believe that there is no greater joy for me in my personal experience than helping others, and I'm going to get so much more out of serving this community than the community will get from me. And I'm so blessed to get this education from Catholic, and thanks for watching.